Hola! I feel like it's been a long time since the last time I recorded. But for you all, it's just the next day in the homework assignment. Esp1, capítulo 2A, lección 2, subject pronouns. We're starting to really get into the basic foundations of Spanish grammar here. So in Inglés, subject pronoun, it's the subject of a sentence, is what you're talking about. I, you, we, she, they, etc. They're all written up here behind me. It's answering who is doing something. Okay? So in Espanol, they have subject pronouns as well. And these are the subject pronouns that I'm going to show you for Spanish 1. You have yo, tú, vos, usted. It's written with an abbreviation or spelled out, él, ella. And those are the singular ones. Those are the ones that are referring to one person. And then for the plural ones, it's nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ustedes. Again, it's written with an abbreviation or spelled out, ellos, ellas. Now, what do these mean? Well, they correspond to the English ones. Yo, I, to, you. Vos also means you, and I'm going to put a little asterisk there because it's not used in many countries. And other than knowing that it means you, I don't expect you to use it. Then you have usted, which when it's abbreviated is always capitalized. When it's spelled out, it can be lowercase if it's not in the beginning of the sentence. L, like to, has an accent over the E. If it's not over the E, it is not referring to he or she. And ella, he or she. So, to means you, vos means you, usted means you. One of them is formal, the other one is informal. So here we have yo, that's me speaking. Okay? Tú, that's somebody talking to this little kid. Okay? Or you could lower it. Okay, so in fact, just to make it there. You got it? Okay, so you have yo, tú, el, note the accent mark over the E. Alright, that's a guy, that's he. Ella, that's a girl. Then we have nosotros, one of these people is me. Nosotras, if I were a girl, I'd be one of them because nosotras is all girls. Okay? And here we have plural, here we have singular. Then we have usted, the young man speaking to the adult, okay? Or it's just a formal situation like I talked about in previous lessons. Then if it's one person talking to a group of people, it's ustedes. It doesn't matter about whether it's a kid talking to an adult, a group of adults, or an adult talking to a group of kids. It's going to be ustedes every time. Ustedes in almost all the Spanish-speaking countries is the word for y'all. The only country that comes to mind immediately that doesn't use that in that context is Spain. They use vosotros and vosotras, which are the informal, kind of like the two, and then usted, ustedes would be a formal. But that's only for one country. I don't teach that. In fact, I don't teach vosotros at all, other than that you know that it means y'all. Okay? So you only have to worry about ustedes in my class, ever. All right? Then we have ellos and ellas. That is a reference to people indirectly. Okay? So they. Or if it's a group of girls, again it's they, but ellas. Okay. Oh, ellos could be a mixture. It doesn't have to be all boys. It could be boys and girls. So, most often, the way you're going to see it, este lado?
Sí.
Okay. Most often, the way you're going to see these is you're going to see yo first, tú, él, ella, usted. The way that I always teach this is all the singulars, when you're referring to one person, are on the left column. And then on the right column are all the plurals. And then you'll have nosotros, nosotras. You'll see a happy face from me. The book will have the vosotros conjugation. You can ignore it. Just remember what it means. And then you have ellos, ellas, ustedes. They all conjugate the same. Now, that's the way that verbs are going to be conjugated throughout the rest of your Spanish experience. But one thing that I've created this last chart. Is this chart on? Can you focus on that chart even if I'm not in the picture? All right. This chart I've always found to be really helpful for students who are learning, because a lot of students make the mistake when you ask a question, the student responds to the question in the same conjugation. For example, if I say, ¿Cómo estás? That's a question. So, ¿Cómo estás? And then the person responds, oh, I got that. How are you doing? Estás bien. You're good. Right? But that's not right. It should be, if you're asking a question in the to form, ¿Cómo estás? The answer is going to be, Yo estoy bien. Okay? So if a question is asked, what am I doing? The answer is going to be, you are doing this. How are you? I am fine. Okay, so hopefully this chart makes sense to you. The question would be this form, this subject pronoun, and the answer is the response. And that is Lección 2, subject pronouns. Adios.